here. Go to here. Go live. There we go. There we go. Finish. Here is my guy.
How do I not have a utilities bill?
Oh no.
Oh, you'll appreciate this. My HVAC stopped working, right?
Oh no.
So my air handler and my unit outside are both like, built in 2016, so relatively new. And so I call and trying to get somebody out here, the HVAC people, so that they can, tell me what's wrong with it, and then I can, make a warranty claim on it. And they're like, yep, nothing's wrong with it. Nope, it's just not getting enough power, so you're probably gonna have to change out the fuse, and you owe us $126 for the visit. I was like, of course I do. So then I open up the circuit breaker and pull out the faulty fuse, and it is like charred on the inside. Like my house could have burned down
Oh gosh.
on a 60 amp, like dual pole, double pole, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Like
Double pole breaker.
One of the poles. Yeah, one of the lines going into it was like completely just it was burned, like it was crispy and shit inside. And I was like, how's that even possible?
Man, you'd be surprised how often that actually happens in things that I've ran into.
That is crazy, dude.
We had one.
I was able to change it out myself and everything, so I learned something new. But
that's good. Yeah, we had one of those happened to us at the Y a couple weeks back. One of our steam machines. For some odd reason, there was no issues with it, and then I just heard our sensors for our high water, low water cutoffs were just going off, like just firing, going click, 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 click. So I was down there looking at it. Mm-hmm. Turn it off, open the thing up. One entire leg of this thing is just black because it had just charred. And I was like, oh, yeah. This isn't very good. So we actually had to pull the entire thing out. It was great.
Oh, wow.
Rats. Rough, dude.
I know, dude. I mean, it's not rough. We did good.
Yeah. I just didn't know he was in there. I should have guessed.
Yeah, I mean, you were so close to beating him, too. He had less than 50 health.
I know. Yeah, I know. He had a shotgun. Auto shotgun. Shoots really fast.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I
quite enjoy it.
But if I had a few more shots at the start, but I was too surprised by him to be on. So.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Who dat?
What's going on?
Tis the douche.
It's the Ben Burger.
Yeah.
How is everyone doing?
Wunderbar.
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
About an hour ago, I was feeling pretty toasty. Not gonna lie.
Good, I guess.
I'm less drunk right now.
You played softball.
I did. We won. I pitched the entire game, and only gave up one run.
Did you cheat?
Nice, man.
No, but I was crafty. I stared down my batters, and
Sure.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You called them inappropriate names.
Fucking played our asses off. We won 5-1. I had a no run, a shutout going into the 5th inning, and
Interesting.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. There he is.
I was
Hello,
starting
Seth.
on short notice too.
What are you starting on short notice? You knew you had a softball game.
You mean you
Yeah, but I
like
don't normally pitch.
drank?
I mean,
too
I
much,
do
or-
pitch, but I don't normally start the entire game. I was
Ah.
pitching on short notice. Our
No.
regular pitcher was out with cold. So. And
Yeah, we all know that you're usually a catcher. We get it.
oh, you know it. Actually, we put a girl with the catcher. Our ladies go there.
You're like,
they-
your knees are healthy.
They do an adequate job. They do a good job. Actually, everybody played really great today. It was a fantastic game.
Am I gonna have to
Nice.
delete the first part of this VOD because I was just away for like 10 seconds because of what you said about where the women play?
Ladies,
think-
put
Yeah,
their-
you're gonna lose all your YouTube audience, man.
That's right.
Yeah, all two of them.
They're gonna be like, you're a
I made a-
cousin
I
of shit.
am
I made a
am
derogatory
unsubscribing.
gay reference, so yeah, you
Yeah.
don't wanna get rid of them. Sorry, I keep forgetting.
What are
All-
we doing?
Hey,
It's the
It's our world
legend.
traveler.
There he
I
is.
literally just pulled in
Yeah.
the driveway.
Legend.
Dude,
nice.
Popular guy.
legend. Wait for it. Dairy.
Wait, I'm can't drink milk.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah, it gives me a really bad gas.
Everything gives you gas.
Yeah, but
Everything gives you
like,
gas.
you know,
Living
this
gives
is
them
worse
gas.
than that though. You think about my bad gas.
No.
Do we even have to
Really bad.
roll?
It's really bad.
You'd get in that one.
No.
He got in that one. Yeah. Do I need to roll?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, well,
'cause if
you know.
another net
Not
one-
everybody's here yet. I'm
You could have to
testing.
do rolls.
That's correct.
Not everybody's even-
We do need to do another nat one, or in case there's another nat one,
We
we
have
got to do a roll off.
We have the whole spread there.
Yeah, we do. 126. Ooh,
Be a
7.
walk off. It's a walk off.
Be a walk off. Could be. Oh!
Oh,
A little bit better.
He's trying again.
He's trying again, but too bad DM saw the nat one to begin with.
Wait, no, I was just practicing.
That's
Not
not how
everybody
that
was even
works.
here. This is bullshit.
This is
That's
bullshit.
not how it works.
Every
Okay.
other time we
That's fine. I'll take my. Okay, we'll take. If
All
we
right,
want
that's
to take the
fine.
second roll,
We'll
I'll
ta-
take my second
we'll take the
roll.
second
I got a
roll.
nat 20, so I don't give a shit.
Ah, there it is. That one. God will
getting out of the
know.
way though.
Ah,
You don't get any choice in this one.
That's really hard to pull off. So
this is the way.
This is the way.
do nat ones in a row. Just as
No, he had an 8.
impressive.
There's an
as,
8 in between. It was a 1, then an
One.
8, and now another 1.
Still, average is pretty bad.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Ooh, see, there you go. That's a good dice color. You should keep that one.
That's better. That's better.
Ah,
I'm
much
gonna
better.
keep that one.
Indeed.
All right, so
Wait, his
Zal hasn't rolled yet.
Zal wasn't here. Zal wasn't here either.
I don't think Kitty's gonna roll 2 nat ones.
I mean, I'll
And he will
I'll
also-
roll.
And he also wasn't here, so yeah.
Yeah.
Most importantly, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
All right.
Right.
And he did
So,
roll 2-1. Just at the same time.
Burp.
So, I know. But it's been a month.
Yep.
It has been a month.
417, to be exact.
I thought it was Easter. Was that Easter?
Yeah, that was Easter actually.
417.
Yeah, 417 was
okay.
Easter. Yeah, so it was almost almost a full month.
Well,
For 2
son of a
days.
bitch.
2 days.
So we this is how much I know. We are back at the airship, and we have our hippo friend, and we need to get to the castle in the sky, whatever that's called. And yeah, and we leveled up. That was great and fun. And if anybody wants to shame me, now's the time.
I like
sure
you,
what
so
that
I'm not
means,
shaming you.
but- Brocker, just stick his thumb
Also,
up your butt, or
to piggyback off of that great start, we also, in our conversation with Sprox, we also have to head back into town to look for some more broomstone
right
to
we
find
gotta
on the
fix your
black
shit.
market because we still don't have enough. We're still 50 pounds
Yeah.
short. And our cover would be that we're a circus for a floating circus is our idea. Because we were trying to figure out a way on how we don't get screwed out of to buy 50 pounds broomstone because it's very hard to find. And then, so yeah, I mean, and also we had that time with Madame Lazul who talked to us about the totem Brogger has and the totem myself and Zal have. That she wanted to know our plan, whether we're going to keep them or destroy them, because having too many of them together creates a big issue. And also, don't use the one Jacob has very often, or I'm sorry, that Brogger has very often, because it is very dangerous.
No.
Accurate.
That one's mean.
That is accurate, and that is accurate.
Yes.
That.
Yeah. So we'll, because we did use it once. That's how we got back to Western. Brogger transported us because he remembered seeing a tree and he transported us right outside of Western. And we also found out that the castle that we want to go to is a former home of giants.
Yes, it was.
Well, I think we're ready to go then, I guess.
Yes. And, one more thing. Madame
Well, we
Lazul
did
also did
one
say
last-
that the path that we were on could lead us to another totem.
Are you sure?
Positive. He said we found one by
Somebody's-
chance, and the others should come to find you in this path. Verbatim, that's what she said.
Mm. Okay.
Suck it.
You're just reading all the notes. You're
I'm
not
reading my
actually
notes that I
remembering
have.
this shit. I know.
Why would I have to remember? Because I take good notes.
That's why you take notes.
Yeah, that's how you
Yeah.
win at things.
All right. So where does Brogger kill things again? Let's go.
Anyway, so there you go. Good tag team.
Thanks for saving me.
Hey, it was a team effort.
Appreciate
A
it.
while. It had been a while.
It has been a bit. So, you just learned of the need for broomstone, and you had a couple other things as Vonwell informed us just now. So, Salty Six, where are you gonna go?
Do we know where to find Brimstone?
Didn't we ask Sprox that?
Yes, you did.
That's how the whole conversation came to be of like, yeah, but you need to, not look suspicious in buying it, and
Oh yeah, she
We can find it on the
Buying
black
certain
market.
things.
It's very
she was
regulated,
kind
and
of
it
a
makes it
douche
hard to.
about
It's yeah,
whoever she could buy it
Yeah.
from, and so we just have to not associate with her when we buy it,
correct. Which is why we came up with the story of the floating circus.
which is stupid, but might work.
But she said, if I'm not mistaken, the best place to find it is in the auction house, and that is where we would find the black market, or at least somebody there who we
yes.
can talk to about the black market. And that's off the top
Sweet.
of my head, not from my notes.
Let's do it.
I remember that as well.
But she didn't, and I don't think she gave us really. She did give us a name, but I don't think I wrote it down. I know she gave us a name of who we were looking for.
Dick Fur.
No, she did not.
Oh, okay,
She
perfect.
began to talk about
How he looked? I know she
That was
said
kind of how
something.
we ended. No, we kind of ended. She said that was where we ended. Basically, was she started giving you some examples.
Oh, okay,
of,
perfect.
who you needed to talk with, and that's just where it ended.
Perfect. So I'm not crazy. I was like, why wouldn't I have written down the guy's name or the woman's
We're
name?
not crazy, sir.
Yeah, he's a little crazy.
So she talks to you about the individuals that you're going to be looking for. And first off, the first individual you're going to be looking for is a person who goes by the name of Scrim. Scrim Gordonhurst. He's a one-eyed individual. Pretty muscular. It looks like a mercenary basically popping out of his studded leather armor. Pretty muscular dude. A facial tattoo that incorporates his empty eye socket into a picture of a giantess hurling a boulder. Pretty badass looking guy. Kind of looks like she basically tells you he kind of looks like he spent some time on the sea, on the open sea. And the other person a little bit less. Yes, somebody you could pick out a crowd, blends in a little bit more. But she goes by the name of Poppers. Her name's Angelina Poppers, so she goes by Pops. It's a half-elf. Very androgynous build. Has a very height-cropped style, sandy hair, upturned nose. But what really sets her off, or kind of sets her off in a crowd, is she has a series of crossbow bolts crisscrossing her chest.
Like she's been
Literal
shot.
crossbow bolt?
Literal crossbow bolts, kind of like in a
Like massive
kind of
piercing.
not as though like she's riddled with them, but like they are like threading her shirt.
Like a
Oh.
Chewbacca.
But they're
thing?
not like in her chest.
They're not in her chest. No, it's
Oh.
kind of like she's got those crisscrossed across her chest.
Sounds friendly.
And they're at the auction house? Is that what I heard?
Mm-hmm.
So like if those bolts were to come undone, she would like
Be naked.
essentially, yeah, be naked.
Mm, maybe.
At the bare minimum, topless.
I mean,
Those-
she's wearing a
I'm
shirt
just-
underneath, right?
I'm just trying to get a good understanding visually of what we're dealing with.
Okay, yeah, good. We can embarrass her in public, possibly.
Yeah, Sprox gives you the old eyebrow raise, and continues on. She basically says these two are the ones you're going to want to keep an eye out for. Obviously, Scrim is going to be able to be the one you can kind of point out a little bit easier than the other one, just because I mean he's a big guy. He's a big human guy. He's got one eye with a face tattoo. There's not many people like that out there, but you know, some people make some poor choices in life, and that's what happens to be one of his. But he at least uses his missing eye as a you know, I don't know, the best he can, I guess.
It's a conversation piece.
Absolutely a conversation starter, but it can also be a conversation ender. So maybe not lead with that. Just FYI.
Please do.
Don't stare, guys.
Oh well.
So starting the conversation with, I've got my eye on you.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have laughed at that, but that was fucking funny.
if you want to leave here anytime soon, no, you don't start with that.
It's called Brumstone, not Brimstone. I had written down Brimstone.
It's called
Broomstone, like you
Broom.
like with the bird.
broom.
like you fly
swing.
with a broom as a witch.
Yep.
So
correct.
sweet. Okay.
Or
I
a
had it
wizard.
written down
Harry.
incorrectly.
Or yeah, if you're a wizard, let's not
Right.
discriminate here.
Quidditch. All right, it's a real game.
I'm
People
a
die.
sorcerer and a warlock. None of those are wizards.
At this point, you couldn't pronounce broomstone correctly.
Brimstone.
Auto-corrected into
The
Brim.
brimstone.
Bruma.
Well,
Well,
I
let's
come
go
from
find these guys, I
brimstone.
guess.
Yes. I think
So
we should
does
head
she
in
have any
town.
advice for like what we might give for him? I mean, do we like can we trade or is this like a gold only type place?
That's what
Um,
went down.
I mean, figure out what he wants and then go from there. Because at this point in time, I just need 50 pounds of broomstone. I don't care how you get it. You guys are the ones that want to get out of here sooner rather than later.
All right, fair enough, fair enough.
You're on a time.
we'll head into town, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's our option. I just want to make sure that everyone's on the same page, that if he asks questions, because as he was trying to kind of screw with
All
Sprox.
business.
Well, no, here's the thing. The people in the black market, I'm going to assume, just from dealings with anyone that we've had in Western, they're smart people, and we can't just go in asking for the exact same weight that somebody else wanted. That makes sense? So if we ask for like 55 pounds or 60 pounds, do you understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because people are going to remember someone who wants only 50 pounds left. Does that make sense?
True.
So I think we should come up with, before we go there, we're looking for what? We want 56 pounds, 58 pounds, 60 pounds.
I do like starting high, and then
Let's get 100.
if we end up, haggling, we're like, well, we'll just take 50.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love
We'll
that.
start with like 65 or 75 and then work our way down.
Whatever. We just need 50. Let's get it. We can kill the guy and take it, right?
I like that. Let's start with, I think we can start with 65, and then, because I don't want to also say, it's like, we're looking for 65, we could take 50. You know, we could say 65. It's like, but we can get away with, if, like, at the least, probably 55, but we were just trying to come up with the best estimate, so we want a little bit extra. Right?
Sure.
So again, I don't want to land on that 50 mark. So
We'll
say
let you lead then.
No. I am as charismatic as a doorknob.
Maybe less. It's a fancy doorknob.
I mean less,
Oh,
because I
we'll just see who's
I do have a
interested
7 in
in
charisma, so just not the guy who needs to be talking.
Or
Yeah.
less
Put
than
that out there
half
like that.
charisma.
Yeah,
Not a big recruiter in the religious sphere.
I'm not. I don't recruit, but I believe.
Fair.
So that's what I'm saying.
I don't push my beliefs on you.
yeah, I don't push them on you because you wouldn't believe me anyway. That's why I'm saying it now. So we have a good starting point. So for Kiro, when he goes in, or when we all go, because we're all going in, and most likely Kiro will be the one who's talking, or Ardos is the one talking. We start at 65, and let's not deviate from 65. And our end goal is 55, because if Sprox has a little bit extra, we might need some.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe she can make us a floating, like, hoverboard with the rest of it.
Sure.
Do we,
That would
know
be
how
cool.
much gold we have?
Yeah. What's our tally?
Oh my
Horse?
god, do we know how much gold we have? You're killing me, son. We have 6,557 pieces of gold. We have 266 pieces of etrium. We have 206 of silver. And we have 158 platinum. Take that times 10, and that's also added to the gold. So we also have another 1,580 gold pieces in platinum. So we have
So we're doing all right.
8,000 probably. And then whatever Ardos
Yeah,
has that he doesn't share.
Like, we need to
Ardos
spend
has
some
75.
money.
Yeah, Ardos has 43 gold and
You have 43 gold?
Yeah, he used most of it.
Oh yeah, he bought something. I forgot.
Jesus.
Also,
Yeah.
speaking of that, I would
Moving.
before we get going, I think there's could there be something? Okay, is this? Can I give it to him or no? DM.
You're giving me something?
No.
What are you giving me?
Well, you got
Oh,
over there,
the thing.
Yeah, can I give it to him?
Hang.
Sure. I want to see how this happens.
So how it happens? Oh God!
let's see.
Let's see how the
Let's
fuck
watch.
this happens.
Braga
I don't-
pulls out some popcorn and sits down.
I honestly don't know how it's gonna happen. That's why I'm asking you. I don't want to attempt to give it to him.
Go ahead.
Good.
I want to see how it happens. This
Just
is
do
what I
that.
don't know what's going on.
Take-
This is
because,
perfect. Okay, no, I got it. I got it.
Grimmer asked how much money we had, so you start taking inventory.
No, it's perfect. I got it. Stop. I got it. So I'm taking inventory. I'm like, I'm reaching into the bag of holding, and all of a sudden I trip, and I'm like, son of a bitch! And all this stuff pours out of the bag of holding. And I'm just like, oh, come on! And then the first thing I grab is I grab Brogger's axe and shove it in as fast as I can.
No.
Yeah, I did.
You grabbed
Sorry.
it.
It doesn't talk to me. I just push it back in.
And I go to help pick up
I'm not-
these items.
I'm not sure if the physics of bags of holding they can just be spilled out like that, but okay.
Well, okay.
Well, he's
So
doing a
technically, it's in
thing.
the
He's doing
it's a dimensional thing, and I was like, God, where's the gold? Where's the gold? Where's the gold? And I'm like, and I'm trying to get like reach in and get the gold. How much do I have? And I'm like, I need the gold. I need to find out my stuff. And when I said all my stuff just started pouring out. And I said, no, stop. And then it was too far. Luckily, the axe, we'll say, didn't come out because I don't want to roll for anything. The axe did not come out. And the Kiro standing right next to me just spews all over the place. Because after I
Kiro
told her to
threw up?
stop. No, the bag of holding basically shot gold and silver and a couple of the items that we have. And they just dump out. And then I'm like, Kiro, come help me. And we're digging, and I'm digging through. And then I guess, Kiro's looking through as well. And I don't know if he finds something, but maybe he does. Maybe he does.
I do.
Pass.
Wait, what?
I find this key,
Mithril key.
and I'm like, what is this key to?
I look at him and is like, I don't know. I've had that thing in the bag for a long time. I have no clue what it is.
Huh.
We found it back right before we went in to get those sweet hooks or the spikes from the Yanti dragon. No, it was the God. What the god?
Right before the floating gardens.
The floating
Baron
gardens.
Khan.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Bavarian
yeah.
Khan.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
actually.
long
I can tell you the
time ago.
exact
Yep.
date if you need to know.
Nope.
Going on
These
3 years?
Yep.
So
2
has
years. 2 years.
it-
I've had it in my bag.
Has it been identified?
You know what? I honestly it hasn't because the only thing I know is it's just a random key that we were supposed to use in the gardens, and I just tossed it in here and we just never needed it.
Interesting.
Could you identify it for me as I get the rest of the stuff into my bag of holding?
Are they like
I'd love to do
pantomiming
that.
this in front of us?
I actually am.
Yes.
So-
And so, yeah, I take possession of this thing.
Mithril key. Mithril key.
Thought you didn't know what it was.
I know the name of the key.
Yeah, we know.
Mhm.
the thing.
I don't know what it does theoretically.
So now I'm going to identify the key.
All right. And
Hey, real quick, Brian, is it thunderstorming there?
it is not.
Oh,
Nice.
all right, it's
It's
coming down.
Mithril spelled
like
the
a
same way it is in
motherfucker here.
Lord of the Rings.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and lightning and thundering, so it might be
Gotcha.
coming
All right.
away.
All right. So are you taking this mithril key, Kirill?
Yeah, but I want to know if it's of any use to me first.
I shot you a little help if you didn't have
identify
it.
I'm going to toss it into your account.
Interesting.
And it is actually quite interesting. What you have in your hand is an incredibly rare artifact known as a vestige of divergence.
Oh,
And as you are like looking at this thing, your eyes glaze over like the standard white, kind of color, and then they begin to just flash blue, like strobe lighting blue as you're looking at this thing, and you kind of go slack-jawed a little bit as you're analyzing this thing and identifying it. It is. These things are ancient from the calamity. One of the tools that the divine gods provided to those that were fighting on their side. So this itself is known as the Infiltrator's Key, and as you have it, it's in its current dormant state. basically acts as thief tools for the purpose of opening locks. When using the key, you're considered proficient with these tools, and you have advantage on ability checks made to open locks. And while holding the key, your steps are muffled, giving you advantage on dexterity stealth checks made to move silently.
Is this like when it's
Holy
equipped
shit.
or just in your inventory?
Just when you got it.
Holy shit.
Pretty
Okay.
Pretty cool.
What it looks like is,
Oh man, that is lucky.
It's a key made of mithril, but the hilt of it is incredibly ornate. It looks as though it is some sort of maze. So as though you could like trace your finger through, but as you try and trace your finger from the beginning to the blade of the actual key, your finger always gets lost. It's an incredibly intricate metal maze that you go through, and you snap out of it. Your jaw stops slacking, and your eyes stop strobing, and you're like, "Holy shit!"
You drilled a little bit too.
So is there a description? Okay.
That's what I just read. Was the description?
Yeah, okay. I gotcha. For some reason I wasn't pulling it up before. Okay. Excellent. Well, glad we had that little mishap.
I
Yeah.
thought you were giving
You
something
have to be
me, Burke.
Tuned to it?
No. Sorry.
The whole way that started, I thought you were like giving me fucking
I
something.
think it was.
No, you just happen to be the person who was talking at the time.
Okay, that makes
Sorry.
I don't need thief tools. That's much better in Bard's hands.
I did take it out of your inventory, BT Dubs,
Ah,
and
thank
gave
you.
it to Kirill.
Appreciate you.
Right.
I was just
Cool.
looking at it,
So-
and I
So we've
clicked
just been
to try to move it, and it
cart-
disappeared, and then I
carting
closed out my
thing?
whole screen. So I was like, "Damn it, where'd it go?"
Fuck.
We've been
So I'll-
carting this thing around the whole time, right? So,
For 2 years.
I
Okay,
mean,
cool.
if you
You
want to rub it
shoot-
in, yes, literally 2 years. It's been in my bag of holding.
Ah,
Yeah,
good.
remember,
Not like we've
remember
had
how
any.
everybody got their own individual thing?
I might have acquired
I never-
Carol's
I
at one
never
point and just
No, it's
never
not like
gave
we
it to
brought
him.
in any
We just
doors.
grabbed it and threw it in the bag and went, right?
Uh,
like,
Because I
we
think
are hoarders.
here's the thing:
Jesus
from
Christ.
the date in which we actually did it, from what I can gather from Matt, is that he was not at that one.
Maybe.
It was June
know.
28th, 2020 is when we actually got the key. According to my notes, that's the day we got the key. Which is almost a full 2 years it's been in my
Okay,
bag.
Over the past
then
2 years, it really wouldn't have come up to be that useful.
Well, I mean,
yes.
stats and everything that it has on it for,
I mean,
for dexterity.
for-
It's
Yeah.
it's
The
I'm being
Cobalt
sarcastic.
Soul is one.
I'm
Oh yeah,
I'm
okay,
being
all right, never mind.
sarcastic.
Never mind.
That was
Okay.
that was
So-
sarcastic.
Okay.
So in
Couldn't
full
tell.
disclosure, guys, I was giving Brian shit and saying, "Why did everybody else get their own little thing? And I haven't got one." He's like,
Oh
"You,
my god,
you
that's
have,
terrible.
you have a thing." And I was like, "What?"
It's sitting
And
in the
he's
bag.
he's like,
Sitting
"I'm not
in
telling you what
Fondle's
it is. You have
inventory.
to figure it out." But,
Collecting dust.
like, I was like, "Well," and then so Vondel figured out, or Burke figured out what it was, because we kept going back and forth. I was like, I think that you have something that I'm supposed to have. And it took about a day of just
Yeah.
Burke going through his notes, not getting into Fantasy Ground to see what was in his inventory, but he figured it out.
Nice. Well done.
It was very.
Yeah.
I will say this: the D&D shared
That's funny.
notebook helped me figure out what its actual purpose was. Because we put it in. That's when I figured out the exact date. So I went back to my notes after I got the date in my journal of Vondel that goes back 3 years, and I found when we got it. So
So good.
So
I know.
two almost 3 years later, thank you, kind and benevolent DM, for this gift.
That's
Gator.
the long game right there.
That's hilarious, man. I'm not gonna lie.
That is funny as hell. That's just, it's literally been sitting in the bag of holding for that long.
Well, that's what happens when you have a bag of holding filled with shit. You never know. It's literally the room of requirement for us. You never know where you're gonna find.
It is. I mean, I'll say this. Most of the rest of the stuff in there, Ben, I know what it is, but that one just was one of the ones that was just a key.
I vaguely remember the Mithril key because Mithril
I remember
sticking
nothing.
in my brain from being Mithril, like Lord of the Rings Mithril. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that. But like, yeah,
Other than a couple other
Sounds
things that I
useful.
have in here.
let's get it going.
Yeah. So anyway, now we can head to town.
Nice. And we can be sneakier than ever.
Sure.
Our sneakiest just got more sneaky.
Yep.
So what time of day is it? Is it AM, PM, PM, AM?
I think
Probably more on the
mid afternoon.
PM side.
Perfect.
Since you last
fair.
met.
Well, I mean, everyone knows that. I mean, you know, why would you do the illicit business during the day?
Exactly.
True.
Right?
You're gonna-
That's why I wanted to know what time it was.
Gotta
'Cause
get
we're
your
looking
goods
for
out
the-
and do it discreetly.
If we're looking for the black market, I mean, I know that they do stuff during the day, but we could probably get away with more at night, is my best guess. So, is the auction house closed or open at this point? Is it like?
So Sprox kind of goes out. She's like, "Yeah, follow me." She goes out to the above deck, and she's like, "You probably have about an hour left. If you book it, you might be able to make it in time. Yeah, you might be able to get there. You might be able to get there."
Let's book it.
Yeah, let's book it. And if we don't, then we'll
Run.
just stay in town.
Thanks, Brox.
Thanks, Mark. Bye.
Can you think of a tree, Roger? that's
No.
close to there? Okay.
Yeah,
never mind.
sure. Lots of. Never mind. Sorry.
No. So we run to the market district looking for the auction house.
So you go to the auction house,
Scene.
and it is just about shut down. You come and the guy is there's a human male just beginning to close the doors, and you see him. You're a ways away. He's just about to close doors.
My good man.
What?
I was hoping that we could come in and see what is on auction. It looks like you're closing the door, though, and I assure you that my friends and I have traveled far, specifically to see your auction house.
This auction house?
Yes, this auction house, the world renowned, and I read the name all of the, whatever I can find. I look around.
Okay, well, we don't exactly have any other auctions going on, but maybe you could, converse with some of the individuals bartering their wares. I mean,
Would you
Oh,
allow
okay.
that? This would be the greatest opportunity ever. You would allow us to do that?
I'm sure, I guess.
Thank you so very much. Thank you very much.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, we're good. We're going in. We're all going in.
And he lets you in through the. Lets you in. He's like, "You'll need to leave shortly."
No problem.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay. So he leads you in, and yeah, you're now in the auction house. It's very, very empty. Obviously, it was closing time. A couple lanterns kind of still lit in the back, but primarily just a lot of things around the perimeter. Some things that have a big sold sign hang on them. A couple other things that are behind some rope, like a kind of like a rope pedestal type thing that have blankets and sheets over them. And there's just a couple people that are still there talking. That's about it.
Do any of these people look one-eyed and muscly, or have crossbow
crossbow
bolts?
Make a investigation check. This is more investigation than perception.
Is it an individual or group?
Since we know who we're looking for as a group,
We're all looking, right?
But this guy.
But that's okay.
This guy is really looking. This
I
guy
guess I'm-
is. This guy is. It has dark vision. Is what this is.
Oh, that's
Hell yeah!
It's getting dark, and I see
Uh,
everything.
It's dark.
enough.
There's only a couple
See,
lights, and he
Roger-
sees through time.
He might
Space.
stub his toe.
argument settler.
Oh, it came so close to stubbing my toe.
Nope. Nope. You come close. You come close to seeing through time, but only space.
Sucks.
So you look through, and you do not see the individual that has the tattoo on his face and busting out of his You do not see this individual scrim that you make out, but you do happen to notice one taller half-elven individual kind of turn and begin to walk behind the stage of the auction house. And with a nat 20, you do notice several different glints off of her chest piece, basically her shirt, that to you look exactly like crossbow bolts.
As soon as I see this person, I'm like, Carol, look. That's Angelina.
And I say, what do you think will happen if we remove those crossbow bolts?
Let's not find out.
Okay.
Someone's getting
Rogers
punched.
wants to remove the crossbow bolts.
Yeah, Carol's
talk
pretty
to her.
fixated on it too. He thinks it's edgy and cool.
All right, we'll wait. We'll see how this goes first, then decide.
Okay. I mean, Carol understands that the number one thing in hand here is to get this prunestone. So,
Right. Mhm,
but
mhm.
he figures, two birds, one stone. Maybe he'll get a date out of it or something.
True. True.
So he's feeling real confident. Real confident.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
So I approach her, and
She is now officially behind. While you're kind of discussing this, she's walked behind the stage. So you guys have to play a little bit of catch up, and with the nat 20, you don't really have to inspect too much to try and find her. But as you're going behind the stage, you do see and hear a door shut and then click.
Interesting.
So you should believe that's where she went.
Okay.
Shall we follow?
Yeah.
Anybody guarding said door, or is there anybody else
Nope.
near it?
Nope.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just
Is it
pretend like
unlocked?
we own the place, right? So
Sounds
You'll
good.
walk on down and check the knob.
It's locked.
Give it a soft little knock and say hello.
Hello.
You don't hear anything.
Do you have time to talk about your car's
I
extended warranty?
want to put my ear to the door and or underneath or wherever would be the most obvious place for me to listen, or to see if I can see under the door.
Which would you prefer? Listening through the door or seeing?
See.
Okay, so you see under the door through the keyhole. Which you looking for?
Anyone. Like I'm looking for people
Okay.
specifically. Not looking for any items. I'm looking for any movement. I'm looking for any sort of creature. How about that?
It's dark behind the stage, and there doesn't appear to be much, if any, light behind. So make a perception check. An investigation check because you're actually looking for something. You're looking for people. Yeah, you do see that there's a slight flicker of light in that room, almost like a candle light. You do not see any people movement anywhere.
Well then,
And you do know this is absolutely the door. Zal pointed you to this door, saw it shut, and heard it click. He is certain that she went in there.
right, I knock louder and say, "Hello!" Like almost pounding on the door.
Nothing.
Then
But
I
that key you have, sir.
would like to pick the lock. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check, I believe, with advantage.
Not something we get to do very often. Just gonna say that. Not a whole lot of sleight of hands going on in this group. Oh, fuck.
You get advantage on it.
No,
So, you pull out the key and you're not quite sure of how it's supposed to work just yet. Like the actual head of the key is oddly shaped and it doesn't quite fit in the lock just yet. So you're not able to get this guy unlocked just yet.
Hey, where is Ardos in this situation?
I don't know, where is Ardos in this situation.
Ardos sees Kirill walk up to the thing and use his little feet and sets his arm. He just kind of goes and pops up leans up next to him and then sets his hand, gives him guidance, says try it again.
It's too late. Okay, you got to do it beforehand.
I know, but I'm asking him to do it again. Duke said guidance and
Okay, if you do it again, it's going to be a harder DC this time, but you could do it again.
let me
It doesn't work that way.
give him
You,
guidance.
you can't do it again, but it's going to be a more difficult number to meet.
How's everybody else's? How are they at lockpicking? Because
It's the same thing.
What exactly?
yeah, but
What
I gotcha.
advantage are you giving me, Ardos? Are you just giving me with advantage roll? Because I've already got that.
Guidance gives you up to 1d4 effect to any check, any skill check.
Yeah, so technically, if you rolled a D4 on top of the 14, you might have gotten an 18. That's what guidance
Alright,
does.
we'll take you up on that as long as Bardic Inspiration can stack on whatever he's doing.
Hurting
Ooh.
you.
I don't know if I wouldn't see why not. I wouldn't see why not.
Okay. Well, I will Bardically Inspire myself. I do not have the pen. And all right. So let's try this door again.
forget to change your dice color.
Good. No, the dice color I think is
Roll.
gonna stay for now.
Roll that sleight of hand check, baby.
Oh,
That
and
is good.
since the DC was higher, well, am I still rolling with advantage since I'm still using that?
Yep.
All right, and then can I apply the Bardic Inspiration to one or the other?
Yeah, whichever one ultimately winds up, you can do you can Bardically Inspire yourself. Yes, to use that roll.
All right, not using that one. So
Okay,
on the
so
first one, we'll Bardically Inspire. I believe that's 1d8 now.
is it D8 or D10? I thought it was D10.
I think it's 8.
Might be D8. And maybe D10's in level 10.
D10 at 10th level, D8 at 5th level.
All right, there you go. So D8. So roll a D8 if you want to.
I do wanna.
26. So you take the key and you are able to finagle it into the keyhole, and you sense this thing beginning to kind of morph in your hand a little bit. Like you kind of feel give in the teeth where there shouldn't be give, and this thing begins to kind of mold into the lock. And this is a pretty difficult lock, which kind of catches you just by surprise because it's the back of, maybe a security and auction house, but this is the biggest auction house you've ever seen. But still a very, very intricate lock that you're not quite expecting. But you're able to just get it in there. You needed a 24 on that second check. So you just barely make it in there, and the door opens up. And you find yourself, well, I guess, what do you do? What do you do?
What was that?
Start sneaking.
Sneak.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what advantage I have with this key now.
Pretty cool.
Well, with the key,
Sweet.
you have advantage on dexterity checks to move silently.
All right, so I want to.
So right
move.
now, the door is. Are you opening the door widely? Are you trying to sneak through? Like, what are you trying to do?
I'm going to urge the rest of the group to stay back and look at the key, and I wink at them and get in my sneak kind of mode and open the door just enough for me to kind of slide in.
So you open the door just enough. You kind of shimmy yourself through the door and silently shut it as much as you can. Now that you're in this joint, make a stealth check with advantage. Vantage.
Are we following or?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
13.
Very nice.
So you sneak in, try and shut the door as quietly as you can. You turn the knob ever so slightly, and you push the door shut, and then it slips out of your hand. And you go, and it just the latch snaps shut. Like shit, that was not quiet at all. You look around the room and you see the single candle that had been giving you that flickering light underneath the door. It's just sitting up in the window, and you find yourself in somewhat of a library, or there's a desk, kind of a slanted desk underneath the candle in the window. It has a feathered quill. You can see coming off the side. It's facing you, so you cannot see what's on the desk. But you look around, and there's a number of books around. There's a fireplace that's unused, and that's it.
So I can literally see all the extensions of this room. There's no other doors or hallways or anything.
Not that you see. Nope.
Okay. Well, obviously, since I believe my friend Zal, when he tells me that that's where this person went into, I think it's weird that I'm not finding anybody in here. So I start to try and look around for an obvious or maybe less obvious room, door, passageway, something, or any sign of somebody's been through here.
So are you looking for a door, or are you looking for signs of somebody visiting or being in that room?
Let me check out that desk first before I do anything.
You go over to the desk. There's just a standard leather-bound book that's there, a little bit larger, kind of like a ledger type thing. Has various notes in it, basically things that have been sold that day, the amount, and to the, who they were sold to. Any additional notes that were taken post purchase, so where people were going to pick them up, what payment was going to look like, that type of thing. Pretty standard stuff for an auction house. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary on the desk.
Going through the ledger, I'm looking specifically for Moonstone and to see if any has been sold as of today or recently.
Scrolling through the ledger, it's pretty thick. I mean, the thing's probably about 50, 60 pages of like thick paper stock. Think like really, really heavy stock paper. So the thing's pretty thick. You have to go back probably about 3 weeks for the last Broomstone purchase. Takes you probably about 2/3 of the way through this thing for the last Broomstone purchase.
And then the specifics of that transaction, like time and date of pickup.
Right. So it was sold about 3 weeks ago. It has been picked up as of a week ago. It was about 60 pounds of Broomstone to a Mr. Severus, Ontario.
Severus, Ontario. Okay. I make a mental note of Severus, Ontario. It's purchased 3 weeks ago for 60 pounds of Broomstone. And so now that I've gotten that information, I want to look around the room a little bit, sneak around and see if I can find any sort of thing that looks odd, or I'm specifically looking for a door out of here or a passage out of here, knowing that on good information that somebody came in here and they are no longer here.
What was the guy's name again?
Severus, Ontario.
Severus, Ontario.
Perfect, thank you.
Spelled like the Providence in Canada, I assume.
Yep.
Did it say like where he's from or any sort of information about this person in general?
It did not.
Okay.
It did not.
I'm sorry, my brain just said, well, I assume he's from Ontario.
He's Kentuckian, actually.
I'll go back to being quiet.
Technically Vancouver.
So yeah, I'm going back to looking for quietly looking for some other way out of this room.
Can
Make an
Braga
investigation check.
try
What are you
the
doing,
door on the outside to also join Kirill?
I don't.
Or peek and see how it's going. He's worried about his buddy. He hasn't heard from him in a little bit.
Does he
Just
peek
go
through?
outside the door. Just like keep
I don't know.
watch.
Just checking on him.
Just checking on him?
Listening
Mhm.
in.
All right,
Then-
go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh, good. This is my
Yeah,
forte.
don't check on me. I'm good.
It's good. It's good. You are still out in the open behind the scenes of a
Look at that. Damn.
11. Not too bad. It's not the worst. You guys, you are sneaking in an auction house that you just randomly were able to get into. So, I mean, yeah, you're doing okay with that.
Okay, good. So is he
Put my
okay?
hands to my ears like he's making too much noise as I shoot him a look and say,
I didn't fart
Go
this
away.
time.
Carol
Carter
wouldn't be able
peeks
to
in,
see him or hear
kind
him,
of steps in a little bit.
Yeah, you okay, buddy? Yeah.
right? I don't
Doing
understand.
great.
How does this door work? Does he open the door? That's weird.
Door works. It's
All right.
unlocked.
We can get in to help if we need to. We confirmed. It did not lock on us. So, all right, I'll go back to waiting outside the door. Keep it
Lieutenant
slightly.
Shaw.
I'll keep my foot in the door so I can kind of peek in. So.
Righty. So make make an investigation check, Carol, as you're looking for Nat
Let's get
20.
shit out of this motherfucker.
Okay, well there you go.
What's up in
Damn.
You
here?
guys better hope you're not getting in a fight tonight because you're using all your Nat 20s now.
That's not how odds work.
Yeah, no
but yes,
kidding.
I agree.
So you're on high alert as you're aware of how tricky the lock was to get into this room. You're very much aware of your own mortality at this point because somebody did not want anyone else to get into this room that didn't have a key. So your nerves are on edge, your adrenaline's flowing through your veins, your heart's pumping like crazy, and you're just very much on high alert, and you look down at the ground and you notice that the rug that is underneath that's underneath your feet right now, there's a little corner of it that's slightly upturned, where a tassel on the edge is kind of folding in on the rug itself, and you go down and kind of peel it back, and you begin to see a trapdoor of some type that obviously is completely covered by this thing. But this is clearly the way that this individual came in and was able to escape. It's not. It does not have a ring on it. It does not have anything where you can pull up. It is simply a square cut out in the floor that this has to be some sort of trapdoor.
But the way to open it is not immediately obvious.
Correct. You begin to mess with it, and it has a little bit of give to it, as though it's maybe not quite a door, but it's not immediately apparent to you how this is supposed to open.
All right. I don't know that I really want to open it. So I kind of go back to my group quietly outside the door and remove myself from the room and explain to them what I found in the ledger and say that, it's a dead end, but there is a secret room in here. I don't know if it's worth us going through to find this person, but I leave that up to you guys. This is what I found.
I mean,
We
I'm
know
gonna-
that a guy has 60 pounds. We might be able to buy it off him, right? If we can figure out where he is.
steal it.
Yeah, that's might be an
But
option.
the ledger gave me no address, no nothing.
Right. There's
This
not
this
much.
guy could be from a completely different area.
He
But
might have taken
I mean,
his shit and flown off too.
yeah, I mean it's the best lead that we have.
So, I mean, the
I'm
other thing
worried
is-
if we continue to pursue Angelina, she will maybe not take kindly to our sneaking around her.
I think
Yeah,
what we do is we
that's
take
what I
our
think.
info
I think go forward.
and we didn't have much time while we were in here. I think we take a step back. At this point, we come back tomorrow.
I'm with Bondal
Well,
on this one.
Or
Why don't we ask on our way out about this Ontario?
we could.
Sure.
That's fair.
The other thing is, like, how many people did we see go into this room, or was it just her?
Just her.
I don't. It was only her.
Yes, sir.
Only her.
Okay.
So the other,
All right, well,
so Ontario must have already, or well, I mean, we don't need to know about Severus at this point. I think we just focus in on coming back for Angelina and
We
Scrim.
assume that the black markets was open at night, right? So we don't want to think that the actual black market is like through that door in the floor. Like you got to have like a key to get in, and that's like a way to get in or something.
I'm
Well, we
assuming.
definitely weren't invited, so.
All right, fair enough.
Which
I think if we ask that nice gentleman when we leave,
Yeah.
and we just say, we saw who we were looking for, but we just couldn't get, I mean, almost
missed
on the
her.
lines. We missed her.
Okay,
And maybe he'll have an idea.
okay, fair enough.
You go and try and find the individual again.
Yeah, we're going to try to find the keeper.
You go and find him. He's obviously the door is shut, and he is more or less taking stock of what remains and what needs to be sold the next day, and all that sort of stuff. He's walking around looking at the various things that have been sold and remain. And he sees she's like, "Oh, you're still here? Did you find what you were looking for?"
We found the person we were looking for, but she got away into a door we couldn't get past. So I guess we'll try again tomorrow.
That's probably for the best. Yes.
Do you know? We were told to seek out because we were looking for Angelina.
Angelina?
I'm sorry, Poppers is who we're looking for. Excuse me.
I'm not quite sure I know who you're talking about.
We were also told to find Severus, Ontario. Have you heard of this person?
He looks in your direction and kind of squints. Says, "No, I'm not quite sure who you're talking about either.
Okay. Well,
Tell me what you need with either of these individuals."
we just had to ask him some questions. It's no big deal. We'll come back tomorrow.
I'm not sure
Brimstone.
that's the best idea.
Brimstone, my good sir. Brimstone. That's what we're looking for. We understand that these people know where to find it.
He looks at you and
My
his
colleagues and
eyes
I are-
go wide, and he says, "Shut up."
Oh.
We're part of a circus, sir.
Shut up. Leave now.
Okay.
All right.
Do not talk about that here. I ask you to leave, sir. Get out now. Do not come back.
Okay. Can I talk to you somewhere else about it?
No, leave.
All right, we're leaving.
Okay.
We're out.
And he ushers you all out and slams the door, and you hear it about 4 or 5 different locks.
All right. Well, that went well.
Went
Yeah.
perfect. Smashingly, as they say.
Well, he wasn't
Fair.
going to tell us where those people were, anyways.
No.
Eh,
I mean, it was worth a try.
we could
Yeah,
have
it was.
tried to intimidate him or hurt him, but
No.
I didn't know that it was going to be a sore subject for him.
true.
We know now.
We're looking for something on the black market, and it's
Well,
on the
we
black
really-
market for a reason.
Oh, well. I guess
it was
Brox
on-
didn't
if it
give us
wasn't-
that.
If it was
info.
good, it would be on the regular market.
Right. And that's kind of why I was just, that's why I just mentioned Angelina or Poppers, and he just didn't say he knew. Which, I mean, we knew he knew, but...
Could have, I guess, bribed him, but, he got a little pissy.
No, not for... I mean, someone in his position probably lets it happen there, but he doesn't touch it or talk to them. Because he's probably just someone who...
I'll get you toe.
Anyway,
Get you toe by 3 o'clock.
so I guess, yeah, what do we want to do? I mean, there's... Ugh. we have another option, but I don't know how well it's going to work.
Let's talk about our timeline. How much time do we have left on our dragon promise?
From the time that we went in there, I mean, we haven't
It's
spent
what,
more
it's
than like
like
2 days,
3 or
I
4
don't
days.
think. And we had 2 weeks.
2 to 3 days.
Now, you guys have spent a couple days. I'd probably say 3 days ish, something like that, into the 2 week window. Because remember, you're at Iman, and now you're at Western, so you had to take a couple days journey from on horseback over.
No, we
So-
we just used
we
we
zipped.
used the
Remember? We
thought about
teleported.
a
Oh,
tree.
that's right.
We
that's
teleported.
Right, yeah.
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 So maybe 2
I
days.
thought about a tree.
That's
and-
probably- yeah, about 2
maybe
days, yeah.
3 days. Whatever.
Yeah,
I
probably
can think
about
of
2 days.
another tree. You know, I got trees, baby.
That's right. I forgot about the tree stride. So, yeah, you're probably about 2 days in, 2 days deep into the 2 week time frame.
Okay. Well. Okay. No rush then. I mean, I don't know. What were you saying, Vondel?
I don't want to say it, but
Say it.
You want to break back in and break through all this shit? Because we can.
no, I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
But
Choose violence.
do you guys remember a little group called the Clasp?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Were they
Well.
operating in this town
Yeah,
Yeah.
slightly?
yeah. That's,
we wanna,
those
like-
are the gentlemen we were looking for the books for.
We didn't piss them off, though, did we?
No, we didn't. But they're going to want
Okay.
something from us. That was
Of
my point.
all the people we've like encountered, they're like one of the few we haven't pissed off. So
Correct.
They're,
That-
you know, not so
Wait,
good.
that was
they're shady. This is
Wait,
true.
there was an auction house involved with them, but I'm assuming that was a legit auction house.
Is it the same one?
No, same one.
Was it the same one we were just in?
Yes.
There's the
Sure.
auction house. There is a larger block area where there's a larger market. But yeah, this is the same auction house you were in before.
Yeah, it was the same auction house, but we didn't steal anything from this auction house. We stole it from the Cobalt Soul.
Yes.
Or the Cobalt
That's
Reserve, I'm
right.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I knew
we
they were-
declined that mission technically.
Gotcha.
No, we said yes and we brought it back to him.
Worked out.
All right, so let's find them, I suppose.
We could try that, or we could do the the Underwalk Ward, I think, isn't that the bad one, if I'm not mistaken?
Is that the way we entered it last time? I thought we followed some dude down into the tunnel.
I can't remember if it's that or if it's the Opal Ward where we might find him.
It
Yeah,
actually
there
sounds
is.
like
I thought we followed a dude
We did.
Yeah,
we
so
had we had a guide.
through a wall.
Yeah, you did have a guide who took you basically behind through an alleyway behind into what looked like a storage building or something like that, and you skirted around some crates and were able to discover a staircase leading down underground, and that's where you ultimately walked into the Clasp hideout, or one of the entrances to the Clasp hideout. That was in the Underwalk Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's if we've exhausted our resources for the day, maybe we should, consider them, which they seem to be probably more of an operation that's available at night, or probably more active at night.
The other
Makes sense.
thing is, we didn't get any info off the last guy, so they'll definitely have information. It will cost us, but
Well, we've already done business with them before, so we already got like an intro. We can
Yeah.
just go in and talk to them and not have to beat around the bush.
our credit's good, man.
Yeah, I don't think that
Theoretically.
we have to say why necessarily we need the brimstone.
You think we could sneak in when it's more busy?
Yeah, I mean that's why I said that's kind of like
During the day,
I'm not
maybe?
saying we use that
Or not-
option. I'm just saying that that is an option
Yeah,
that we have.
That's fair. Yeah.
Sneak in where to this auction house?
Yeah. So like, it was just us and the dude this time because it was late. Everything was closing down. Maybe if it's busier, we could like blend in with the crowd and like go in there.
It's an idea.
Well, the broomstone is not offered at the auction house.
I get that,
I
but
know,
we
but then-
we
Well,
can go
yeah.
in to
People-
find and talk to the person who has the broomstone.
I think it's
mean,
worth
they-
checking out the clasp though. In the meantime,
We know that they have it because of the sale, right? So
Right. So we know that they have it. I think I probably said the clasp too soon. I think we should probably take a nap time in the town, and
Wow.
clasp,
And then-
clasp. Okay, nap time. That's fine.
Uh,
I mean we can. I mean I'm fine either way. I just know that the clasp
we're
is
gonna
going
end
to
up
want
on a bit of a side quest doing it that way.
the
We
clasp
have
is
a
going to
direct-
want something else from us
Yeah, we have a direct
in order to get that
line on
information.
Something here, right? So
Well, that's why I asked about our timeline.
Right.
True.
And if we have,
But we could always go to the clasp tomorrow.
yeah, but we want to make the best out of tonight. It's like not even like it's like dinner time, right? So we
That's
got
my
like several
point.
hours before like
Yeah,
sleep,
that's-
right?
that's my
No, I
point. Why
mean-
can't, what's wrong with just asking a question? I mean,
Because we have to
they could
find
say-
them.
well, we know where to go, right?
We know that she's still in the auction house, the lady that we
Yeah,
were looking
what-
for.
Brian
Because-
just told us that we were shown by a guide one of the underground entrances to to get to the clasp headquarters. We
Yeah.
already know that.
So I was saying we could just go back to the auction house. So.
Well, I'm just saying that auction house being closed and we were definitely kicked the fuck out. That it might be a better idea in the later part of the evening to go to a place that we know that we can go in and
Mm.
have an open conversation with people that we've already worked with before about something that clearly is a thing that is not to be discussed in public. And
Yeah,
this
we
just
can go.
seems like the right approach. And
It's a good idea.
And if they don't have anything for us and they say you need to do this or that or whatever, then we say we'll think about it. I mean, we have options, and I think that was a really good call, Burke. Even though you're not ready to do it, but I think that that's really the best one, honestly, for right now.
Okay.
Like we don't have to go back tomorrow to do it if we can just go and talk with somebody tonight. The worst thing that we get is no information at all.
True.
Let's see if the DM has updated his notes on the clasps. Let's go check them out.
Or
And
even
indeed.
better, we
I feel there are
breaking the
times where Brian probably just regrets I speak.
No, not at all, man. This is good. This is good.
Oh, no,
Keeps me on
I
my
mean,
toes. Keeps me on my toes.
I
mean,
hate-
I've
you're
been-
coming
I've
back,
been aware
you're
of the
coming back to
I
Western.
remember the
You
class.
got to re-up everything that you've
That's
visited
true.
with in
Yeah,
Western.
like,
Yeah, for sure.
They were a big part of our thing. That was such a fun fucking experience, breaking into the Cobalt Reserve and everything. God
Yeah, I
damn,
know.
that was fun.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
Stealing
cool.
3 books.
Yeah,
Fun fucking time.
and almost getting a Cobalt Monk excommunicated from the Cobalt Reserve.
That's true.
There was
Dude.
some super masterful stealth rolls that Brogger
My
would have
D-
failed on, like a million
My
times.
D20 was on fire that night.
The stealth roll
really
were-
was.
Really was.
God, I was on fire.
It was insane.
It truly was. It was impressive.
Do we want to go back to the airship and siesta until we go back? Because obviously we're not staying at an inn again, are we?
What? Are we just
What we're talking about going and talking to the clasp.
Yeah, we'll do that. Then we'll call
before
it
we
a night.
head back.
Like,
Not
we'll
tomorrow.
spend a couple hours, still researching in the
How do we know the class bar? They kind of found us.
Oh my
last time.
god.
No, it didn't. No, you'd miss the whole.
No.
Okay, let's just move past it. We know where
Let's
to
go.
go. We're going there
Let's
now.
go.
I think we know where
That's
to go.
where we're
It's been-
going.
it's been
Stop
2 years.
talking. You weren't listening.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
remember.
Take us to the clasp.
We've got a save point there.
Okay.
You've got a save point. There's a grace, a lost
Yeah,
grace
there's-
right there.
Yeah, exactly.
right outside the door. There's.
I
a
knew
lost
I'd
door
want to
right
come back.
outside the door.
Okay, I saved it.
We're
The
gonna be
shady
farming
organizations
runes
don't
here.
change their location.
Oh yeah, we are.
So you're heading to the underwalk board at this point.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So you leave,
Carol
and
will lead the way.
Kirill leads the way. Heads to heads through the residential district and through a smaller, not small, but a walkway down towards the underground area that's known as the Underwalk Ward. And you're kind of walking through, and there's regular, kerfuffle from the time of night that it is, or the evening, the early evening. People aren't quite drunk yet, but still kind of rowdy. Walking through the streets, and you come across a familiar section of the roadway. You kind of peel off into this alleyway, and find yourself at the same door that you were at before.
How did we get in it before? Anybody? We knocked on it, opened it.
We opened it.
Pretty sure it is. We did run into
Well,
somebody,
we
and
had a
then they
guy-
opened it for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, I'll go to friendly knock first.
Yeah.
You'll try
Friendly knock,
smoke and a pancake.
and there's a sliding metal door that opens up. You see this individual's eyes look out. His password.
Ooh. Oof. So we've done business with you before.
Chink. The shuts.
Was there a password?
I am,
Imagine it's changed
for the
by
life of me,
now.
working on it, and I am very
Uh,
slow.
I think there
Yeah,
was.
I
There
don't
was
remember.
Was there a password?
Would be the same password.
I don't know. It's better than what we've got right now.
Maybe if I open the door and stick my head in and threaten violence, he will let us through.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well,
Please
Remember,
try.
we
Sounds
need-
hilarious.
We need
I-
information.
Brogbragger steps
Information.
back, says, "I get you. Gonna let everybody else do this."
We're just looking for information.
I offered a method.
It's not gonna get information. That's gonna leave a lot of dead people and no information at all. Ostensibly.
How did we run into? Is it like
Brogger
scratches
scratches his
or something?
butt.
No,
Yeah, we were.
we weren't.
Well,
We
sort
came
of.
into the beginning of town, and this guy wanted to get in, and we
Well, I know
needed a
we-
guide.
Picked up a guide, and
Picked
he
up a
was
guide
kind of a
outside the
squirrely
city.
dude.
We picked up the guide outside the city walls because they wouldn't
What was
let
his
him
name?
in. I don't remember. It's on my paper
Oh.
notes, and I'm trying to find them. Give
Wasn't
me a
it, like,
break.
starts with like a D or something? It's like
D's nuts.
Ah,
it's like Drilly or Dooley or Drippy.
thank you, Burke, for your note taking.
You can just say we know the guy if we can.
Yeah, I couldn't even get to that.
I know.
Drac.
They're looking for a password. All right. So
Was the leader.
Who was it?
Drac was the leader.
Drac. We know
Mhm.
Drac, right? So there we go. Say we know him, or we have business with Drac. Say
Maybe
it
say-
sinisterly. Sinisterly.
Davy's mad at Carol.
Could be.
You appear keen but are not fit to bear the name of a god.
Harsh
Maybe we should just say your name as a password. He'll remember you.
No, I remember if that's the guy that like talked to me really harshly.
That sure was. Yeah, we're here at his door.
Yeah, maybe I'm not the best person to work this out.
This is a Vondel thing. Let Vondel do his magic.
I don't know.
Relate
If
to
I'm,
him as a bro.
I don't know if I'm gonna have. I have pages of shit to flip through, so
Oh, I was just saying you should talk to the guy.
it's not gonna do any good. I don't have a password.
We just gotta try to convince him we need through or something, you know.
My digital one goes back to 7/14/19, and it was before then.
The DM's laughing because he set this up and he knows that he doesn't have to remember shit if we can't get into the fucking place.
Pretty much. He didn't expect us to do this.
He's like, yep, you guys
"Alright,
probably just wanted to go backwards.
you want to
and
go
do
there?
something
You want to
else."
go there? What's the password?
You're slightly right.
This isn't the direction
Yeah.
I wanted you to go in.
Not necessarily. I'm not trying to railroad you.
No, it's
But-
fair. It's fair. We gotta get in.
Gotta imagine it's not getting into a secret hidden layer is probably not going to be the same way you did months ago.
I feel we are, unless we plan to post up and listen for somebody, and I hate saying it, to say someone have a password at the store, then we don't have much luck.
It's okay. Like I said, Brogger can do a little intimidation. He'll knock because Kuro's already tried. He'll say, you know, I know Drac and I have business with him, and I'll try to look, you know, scary and scare the guy into letting us through because I say I have business with like the leader, you know. Yeah.
I could just camp out here in the shadows.
It's not starting a fight
and-
necessarily.
And try and be stealthy as shit and listen for a password.
That's probably our best option.
Oh,
While
come
you guys-
on.
While you guys go and get rest or
Let,
you know,
let
go do
Brogger
whatever.
do his thing. Nope. All right, fine.
Frogger in the city. You know, we're just trying to settle you down a little bit. That's all.
Duggar in the city. All right, fine.
So I'll give you guys a hint. You guys have not been in Western for a bit. You've literally found people that have been living here since they dumped you off. Maybe they have an idea of how you can reach these people.
So
Who
we
the fuck we know in Westfront? It's been a couple of years.
Sprox
Yes,
He said-
Sprox.
dumped us off. Sprox is who we need to go talk to.
Yeah, we have a new name. She might.
Well, Sprox is the one that sent us here to begin with.
She probably
Now you're kind of
is.
stumped at this
So I'm
point.
gonna say
You
this.
don't
She
really know what
probably
the fuck's going on right now.
assumed we knew what to do.
Yeah.
Or you guys had the
Didn't.
opportunity, you weren't able to capitalize on it. Maybe she can help you get another opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel she probably
Alright.
can, considering we didn't ask the right questions to Sprox to begin with. So let's head back to Sprox.
Alrighty. Fair enough.
By the way,
should
the tour guide's
Kirill-
name was Hal. I wasn't sure.
Oh,
if you
it's-
Oh
figured that
yeah.
out.
Fucking hell.
Fucking
Oh.
Hal.
Should
Hal Jordan.
Kirill stay here by the door, or should he come with?
Come with us.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Coming with.
All right,
I'll
so y'all are
Sprox you
heading
go.
back out to the pandemonium.
Yes.
Pandemonium.
Yes, sir.
You guys sound so defeated. I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. I'm defeated because I don't have my goddamn notes.
That's okay.
It's all right.
I mean,
It's all right.
Did that happen before?
Hal had it. Hal had it. Hal was a part. Hal was known by the clasp, and
Right.
so
ah,
wasn't
that
necessarily a password that was needed when they knew who Hal was.
Right. When was that?
That was several months ago. Several months prior to this.
No, I
Like,
just
this was-
when we actually did it. That's all I'm asking.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying like several months prior.
I meant real time.
You guys, since you've been in Western, I think you left Western. That's where you first met Ulearn.
It was. We first met Ulearn, and I have all of that.
Yeah.
I must not have had, because I have it going, because on 6/28 in 20, that's when we beat Zixer.
Yep.
And then we had a long break between then. Like 7/20, we went like a couple months without playing because of something. I can't remember what it was. But it had to have happened in between 7/28/19 to 4/12/2020 because I don't have a lot of notes.
Yeah. Hey, you guys met. I mean, that was like the first big like non-book adventure because we did the Lost Mines of Fenton Delver
Right.
as like the big first adventure. Then after that, you guys got to Western because that was the next logical joint, and then went from there.
I can't even find the notes for the damn. Did we erase it in our big journal? Because I can't even find the notes of the books that we had that we were after.
Well, the 3 books aren't there. I don't know.
I might have it somewhere else. Anyway,
I
So
probably
let's-
have it written down
Yeah,
somewhere.
let's head back to
how
Sprocks.
new people in the
It was
class
December
and knew how to
8th,
get around, and
2019.
people kind of treated him as kind of like a little baby brother type thing.
You said December 8th, 2019? That's
Yep.
why I don't have that fucking date. I have to have it somewhere else. I'm gonna rack my brain on this shit. Anyway, we should go back to Sprocks.
It's okay.
Let's see what Sprock's up to.
Let's head back to the Pandemonium. Takes you about hour or so to get back out of the city and back out to where the airship is docked. Then you find Sprocks. She's just hanging out at this point in time. She's not doing much. She sees it and she's like, "Well, clear that you came back empty-handed. What happened?"
We may have been not so good at finding people, and they kicked us out of the auction house.
What'd you do to get kicked out?
Well, some of us were asking questions.
Carol raises his hand.
You got him kicked out? I was expecting the half-orc to get you kicked out, not you.
Tried.
Apparently, we didn't heed enough warning on the status of this broomstone.
Oh, the fact that it's hotter than lava?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really know much about it. That's true.
Hey, do you know this person's name? Ontario.
Severus, Ontario.
Severus, Ontario.
She just starts laughing out loud.
It's
Yeah,
her.
I know that name.
It's her.
She starts laughing. She's
Who
like, "Yeah, I
knows?
know that name pretty well."
Wow. Okay then. Good call.
She points over at Vondel and gives you a little wink.
All right.
Oh,
Well, that's
Sprocks.
about all the info we could glean.
So you had a nice walk. That's pretty much what happened for the past couple hours.
We did.
Real nice walk.
Yeah, we did. Really nice stroll.
Nothing else
True.
happened. Seriously, you went to the auction house, got thrown out, and that was it.
I said I
Wow.
tried more.
Tried to go to see maybe a little bit of a
We looked
shadier
for. Yeah.
auction house. But didn't know the password.
Oh, you now you're thinking. You wanted to go see the class, Bay. Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of secret. So they're not going to just let anybody in.
Do you have a way of perhaps making this happen for us?
I don't, but I do happen to know where some of them hang out.
We'll take it.
Best
Sounds like a
lead you
plan.
got.
Yep.
A little tavern known as the Laughing Sphinx.
Where is this Tavern.
Next to the rest of them.
All right.
She explains where it's at. It's in the downtown area. In the this one is in the market ward. One of the fewer in the market ward.
So you
But
should name it the Tavern District, because that would be dickish.
yeah, they should, but it's not. It's in the this one happens to be in the market ward, which makes it convenient for a lot of the clasp individuals to go and hang out, and frequent. So she says, just keep an eye out. You'll know the sign. It's an image of a sphinx with a big old smile on its face.
Thank you, Sphinx. Sphinx.
Yeah.
Crocs.
Prox.
See if you can see Pops or Scrim anywhere in there. Scrim will stand out like a sore thumb. Pops, maybe. But just be careful. Watch your purses when you're in there, because it's pretty easy to find yourself coming up short a lot of the times.
Makes sense, actually.
This is the DM talking. My dog just jumped off the couch and walked towards the door. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't pee on the floor. Give me 5 minutes.
Good call.
Be back.
We haven't seen Pops or Scrim anywhere else, right? They're like new people.
Correct.
New people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me.
Yep.
You still looking for him, Burko?
Yes.
It ain't there, bro. It ain't there.
Well, the guy probably didn't have a password, and we didn't hear him say the password when he let us through because he was known, right? So, I mean, it's possible we heard the password when he gave it to him or something. It's also possible you didn't write it down, bro.
I don't think he's looking for the password specifically.
I'm not. I'm just looking for.
Anything?
No, I don't think the DM's looking for the password either.
He's not. I don't understand why I don't have any notes from that time frame.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, you.
I don't have
Okay,
any.
I don't have any
Take,
notes from that time frame either.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you take a break or something? I don't remember. You were
No.
there. You
I was
played.
into the.
Maybe you wrote 'em?
D&D shared notebook.
I did.
Yeah.
No?
God damn it. I can't. I don't know what. My brain just must not be functioning right because I can't even find him in the D&D shared notebook.
It's in there. I was looking in the NPC tracking.
Oh,
and
Hal?
they're
Is he
on,
listening?
like row 34 and 36.
Yeah, there's Hal. The track. So I put it. God damn it! I've got it somewhere. Here's the thing. Whenever I was doing it, I was taking notes by hand for a while.
Mhm.
And I must not have. I think I literally just threw away that book because I thought I had all my notes written down, which is why I'm pissed off at myself. More than anything else, to be honest. Because again, in my journal that I have, Brian shared me his, which gets me back to the start of our book. And I mean, ours cross over quite a bit, but I have his from 2018 on 7/16/2018 when we first started.
Yeah.
And then mine that I have, I have all that, the intro to the party, all that stuff. And then I started taking digital notes on like 7/11 is when I started. Or not even then, before then. But I mean, there's literally a gap that I have, and that's the fucking gap I'm missing. 7/14/19, I have that. 7/28, I have that. And then, I don't have any notes from 7/28/19 to 4/12/2020.
Rough, dude.
And that's, and my only notes from the 2021, because they were on paper, I put a note. It's like have to transcribe from written. and then I just had, we're going to meet this new hippo guy for our adventure. So I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Brian's walking his dog. It's like, you guys figure this shit out. Like, come on.
So it's not in the Google ones?
We have some notes in the Google ones, but it's not the detailed stuff that,
That I usually write down. That's why I'm mad
Yeah,
at myself.
exactly.
I mean, I need to just get past it, and I will, but I'm pretty frustrated with myself.
Me too.
Because I can't even. Did we get rid of the? Did we get rid of the books that we were looking for in here too? Because I couldn't find those. I remember them being in here somewhere.
I think
For
they're
the-
in
The Google.
quest
We
tracking.
gave them.
Yeah, they are in the Google. Well, it doesn't. It gives the description, and I remember seeing it in the Google notes for that specific. Are you talking about the books that we got from the Cobalt
Yeah,
Reserve?
Look in the quest tracking, row 32.
It's there.
All right, that was a good move.
Yeah, okay, I see it.
Disaster averted.
Yeah, you don't even have the
Yes.
Cobalt Reserve in the Google Docs, so that's like.
Yeah, but I don't.
No, it's just I need to get over it. It's just all it is.
I mean, this is all I have access to. If I don't do my own notes, is what's in our Google document. That's pretty not. It's missing a bunch of shit. So it's good.
All right,
There
my
is.
leather-bound book that Gomer got me.
There is
All right.
mention of the 3 books in the Google Docs.
I know.
that.
Okay,
They're all described.
so now we know we go to the sphincter. That's all I thought about when Brian said
The
it.
happy sphincter.
The
The happy
fucking
sphincter.
Smiling
Oh.
sphincter. Let's go.
The winking starfish.
I'm putting it in the notes as the winking starfish.
I can happily change its name in my mind.
Can we please? Because that's fucking funny.
That's more of a brothel name, though, not a bar.
Okay.
Under new
That's the
management.
ups.
A well-lit area. A well-lit, I should say, tavern area. And a big hanging wooden sign of what appears to be a human head on a lion's body with wings. And a big old cheesy grin on its face, Cheshire Cat grin. You've found your way to the Laughing Sphinx.
Very good.
Can't wait.
Oh, I'm walking in first. Rocker sauntering through the door.
You head on in.
Oh,
And the
whoa.
first thing,
I'm gonna say, please let me know the distance between everyone and me. So
the first get you tossed on here. You walk in, you're right there.
All I see is a black screen.
nope, I'm on there. They got me.
Yeah, I'm only getting a black screen too.
It'll load.
Oh, there I am. Something popped
We're
open.
locked.
We're good.
I hadn't tossed you on there yet.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, I forgot. We're all fancy.
We're all
Mhm.
fancy now.
Very
No,
fancy.
I get it. I get it now.
Mhm.
You can't see if you're not there, bro.
10-4.
Why is my graphics card failing me?
Uh-oh.
Sad.
First world problems.
It's Richard Dreyfuss.
Are we tiny or is this place huge? What's with the size scale?
Places
Zoom in.
Place is decently large.
No, I am zoomed in, but the tables look ginormous.
That's what you tell
Well,
everyone
it's my
else.
first time playing with the Dungeon Alchemist tool, so the grid might not be the best.
That's fine. It looks just fine to me.
Pictures or
Yeah, I
jugs
mean,
are as big as my head.
looks
and
good to me.
Like I'm just up in
loving
here
this
in a tiny
grid.
little chair.
Thank you.
Yeah, look, you fit perfectly.
It's pretty cool. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got an animal hanging on the wall, lights around. That was
Yep.
pretty good.
I literally made this map in about 5 minutes.
What?
That's pretty good.
I dig it.
While he was walking Charlie.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's
That's
pretty
how
good.
I
I mean,
am.
I can tell there's a boar's head. There's
And writing an
Seriously?
email
That's really good.
to work.
Yep. So as you're walking in, you do notice several individuals playing on a large stage to the right.
ooh.
Yeah, pretty nifty things. Having a good time.
There can be only one.
You do happen to see.
Oh, sorry.
That's what came to my mind first, and then I read who it was on the stage, and I was like, oh no. That's why I'm on a table.
You do happen to see 4 other individuals sitting at a table across the way.
Having Grower 4 is cute.
I just, as we're like looking around, I look to my friends and just, did we make sure we secured our valuables before we get too far into this?
My shit's in the bag of holding, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah, we've got Vondel.
The only one at risk here is Mr. Castle, who decides to not share his shit with other people.
Well, I don't have very much
Yeah,
money
that's
on me
fine.
anyway, so it's not a big deal.
That's true. You
All right, let's continue.
So what do you do?
to the bar, perhaps. I'm gonna go ahead and pass through these, like this area here, kind of looking at everybody a little side-eyed, and go up to the bar, which I think that's the bar.
All right. So you go to the bartender. The bartender is pretty live, pale individual, but has a big booming voice and a big beaming smile on his face. He says, "Welcome to the Laughing Sphinx. What can I do for you?"
I'd
Ardos
like to
here
order.
wants to buy us a round of drinks.
That's right. He's doing well tonight.
I'm not doing well. I just wasn't paying attention and listening to the conversation.
You're
Unidentified
buying us
creature-
drinks.
unidentified
Ardos didn't
creatures
listen
having-
to the conversation? You serious?
What is Ardos doing right now then?
Ardos is just standing there.
Buying drinks?
I would
Yeah,
love. I
so
would love
this
to
guy-
get drinks for everybody.
Thank you, Vondel.
Oh, what a guy! This guy.
This is the guy I like then. All right, Mr. Dwarf, what you got?
Give us. I mean, we love ale, so give us. I don't know, a couple pints of ale.
Couple pints of ale. I can do that. One for each of you.
I will take 2, and
I'll only have one.
2 for
Yeah.
Bagger.
2 for Brogger.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
for Kiro.
So 8 pints.
8 pints.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
that will be 1 silver and 6 copper, please.
What?
I mean, that's honestly pretty reasonable, as I'm just saying.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I was like expecting to pay more, so I'm good with that.
Okay, 1 silver and 1
Yeah,
copper.
1 silver, 6 copper.
1 silver, 6 copper coming up.
Did you give him like maybe an extra silver to like making sure it's good shit and not bad shit?
Not right now.
All right, we'll just get what we get.
What's the going price on prostitutes again?
That's upstairs. It's the Winking Beaver.
The smile. What was it? The winking starfish.
So,
The hairy
As we're-
clam.
as we're looking around here, the old
Bearded clam.
bearded beaver do we see any of the folks that would have matched the standoutish nature of Pops and Scrim?
Go ahead and make a make a perception check. This guy with the nat 20s. You happen to walk right by individuals that happen to seem to be like one Angelina Poppers and one Scrim Gordonhurst.
Got it. Doug Carroll. Is this? I think. Look over the table there. Don't be obvious. Just like look over there. I think those are the people.
Hero looks over and sees Pops and knows immediately that is the female that we're looking for. He didn't really pay much attention to Scrim.
It's tough to miss Scrim just because of how large he is and the face tat for him. But yeah, you do notice the rather intricate way that her shirt has the crossbow bolts through it. This does seem to be Pops.
Yeah, I'm saying that when we were, told about these people, Kirill didn't really listen to too much about Scrim.
Is Scram human? Can we tell?
Yeah, he's human.
He is.
Alright,
You didn't write that down.
One-eyed human.
just making sure. Didn't see anything in him orcish or anything. So we're giant.
All right, so back to Zal, who had the floor.
All right, I say you steal take one of your beers and one of Brogger's beers over there.
Wait, who?
As a show of good faith.
While y'all are
Maybe, like-
talking, the bards up on the stage are ending their show and thanking the crowd to a rousing sound of crickets as they walk off the stage. Go ahead.
Does Kirill try to like clap for them and realize no one else is clapping?
No, Kirill already knew that they were awful.
All right, Carol.
So here's
what
my
you can
beer,
do.
I guess, since you
Mine's
guys
all-
need it.
What are we doing?
I see a beer leaving Brogger's hand in distaste, and I wave down. Can I get another one for him? He's pissed.
Thank you, sir.
You're gonna go charm the pants off of those guys.
Let's look over and see what they're drinking first. I look over to the table to see what each one of them is drinking.
Each
'Cause
one of
this
them is
an
drinking.
assessment. This is an assessment by a bard to understand who they are dealing with by what they're drinking.
They're drinking the same shit you are.
Awesome, because that's what's available, I guess. All right, so yeah. So let me let's go ahead and take a round over to them. Do you want to join me, or
The
should
half
I
orc
be
bard
outside?
busts in between you and says, "How are you all doing tonight?"
Good.
Great.
How-
How are you, friend?
I'm doing great. I'm doing very good. Did you enjoy the music?
Yeah, we
Yes, it was
we
very-
just
it was
arrived
very
as you were
enjoyable.
finishing.
Turns out our friend here is a bard.
Get out of town.
I would never lie to you.
I would imagine not. Tell me about yourself.
I point to Vonda and I'm like, well, tell them about yourself.
Vondel's chugging his ale at this point, and he just looks
Brogger
over
takes his beer back and,
and
his new beer.
flips Kirill off and puts it down. Good luck. And then we keep drinking.
I've got 3 beers
Yeah.
now, right? That's
Half
pretty
orc,
good.
half orc looks at Carol and says, "I like him a lot."
Yes, he's a very great bard. Very jovial, Arvandel.
Sure.
Wait till I
Yeah.
get drunk and you can hear me sing.
But
I
I'm
can
sure that
already
he
hear it in my
sees-
head, sir. Thank you.
I'm sure that he sees the triangle hanging from my belt. As it's always my triangle is always there,
Yeah,
and I
you get the
say,
vibe that he did not take to your ruse.
yeah, okay. So I introduce myself. Say I am Kirill, Master of the Triangle, and
Ah,
I whip out the triangle and give it a resounding. "Ding."
not many people can master the triangle, sir. So you know, a lot of people happen to make fun of the triangle, but I happen to think that it's quite the gentleman's instrument.
Yeah,
Well, thank you,
Roger
sir.
like puts his thumb up in the air and says, "He's actually pretty good. It's weird."
I'm not surprised. So, what brings you here, gents?
Uh, booze.
Definitely bruised.
Just booze?
You could say we're here for company as well.
He looks over at Ardos. And he says, "Well, I don't really think you're my type, but I get you."
Oh, not that company. More of a, just hanging out with enjoyable people. But maybe if
Gotcha.
one of my co-patriots would be more interested
Man,
in
you
that.
got shot down
You
fast
are,
there.
tieflings are hard to come by. No,
He just
We're
no
simply,
judgments on my end.
pardon my friend. We're merely passing through. We're of a floating circus, a troupe of uh, acrobats.
a
And
floating
uh,
circus.
yes, floating
Pray tell,
circus.
what's your circus called?
We are still in our infancy. We do not have a DBA yet, so
Which, so you don't have a name, but you've got the floating part down, right?
yes.
Well,
So
sort of.
where do you float at?
Again, this is all proprietary information. Unless you're one of our investors or you're part of the troupe, I'm sorry, I can't disclose that information to you.
Huh. I gotcha. He points at you, and he grabs the back of your head and tousles your hair, and says, I gotcha. I gotcha."
Does he have us? I don't understand.
Yeah.
And Kirill's whatever. He's like, okay. So are you part of this town? Kirill kind of like steps up and feels like the flirtatiousness coming from this half orc bard. Is that who we're?
That's the half orc bard, yeah.
Yep. And let's say, so is this are you? This is where you live. This is where you stay. You're a traveling group?
You could say we're traveling. We don't really come here all that often, but Westron treats us all right when we head here. It's not bad. It's not bad. We tend to travel all over Exandria. Originally from Wildmount, but happen to find ourselves in Amon right now. Kind of steering clear of the eastern part of Taldore, but who isn't right now, right?
Those Alabaster Mountains.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I've heard some crazy stories about going on out that way.
Yeah, I haven't been to Whitestone in quite some time. It's pretty crazy out there, but yeah.
I didn't
So
catch your name, sir.
Dranzel. People call me Dr. Dranzel.
Doctor, a studied man, eh? What have you studied, sir?
Well, we'll just say I put on clinics every time I get on a stage.
Oh.
Is that what
More
we
of an
heard
honorary
earlier?
title.
I mean, it was good and all. We didn't catch most of it though, so we're sorry.
It's
We
all
do
right.
have some business with some folks on this other table though.
Oh,
I'm
do
gonna
you?
hand my beer back to.
He looks at Carol. He says, "You have business with people in this tavern."
As much as any patron of a tavern would have business with anybody else in the tavern. It's community, camaraderie.
Hmm.
That is our business for the evening. What troubles you? By the way, you can call me Master T.
Love it.
Well, T,
That's his name.
considering
It's
where
ma-
you come from,
It's Master T, by the way.
considering where you come from is similar to where I come from, I don't really think you want much business here.
Okay. And where do you suppose we would want business?
Probably not with the clasp. If you're a grinner like me. And he says, kind of points to the back of his head, kind of scratches a little bit to the back of his head, and you happen to notice a tattoo about where the hairline starts that is a symbol. It's a golden symbol of kind of a kind of like a crescent moon style lying on its side, with a golden orb above it, a golden orb with a center cut out of it, and a slight upside down triangle. When you look at it a certain way, it kind of looks like a cyclops is smiling with a small goatee. And he says, I notice you have one as well.
Do I?
And you do.
I love these things I'm learning about myself.
On the back of your head, there happens to be underneath your longer hair. I mean, you obviously can't see it, but Roger, as Dranzel tousles his hair a little bit more in kind of a jovial manner, but kind of a showing manner, you happen to see a similar tattoo on the back of his head.
Okay. Do I recognize it?
Make a history check.
Oh wait, I hit the wrong button. It doesn't matter. I have a +0 on both, so
4? You have no
No,
fucking clue.
it does matter. It does matter.
It does matter.
It does
It's an
matter.
insight check. This doesn't mean shit.
100%.
hey, okay. Well, yeah,
That's actually better.
There you go.
slightly.
You do happen to know that you've seen something like this before. It is the symbol of the Golden Grin. You don't know much about him, but it's kind of a secretive society. Almost as secretive as the clasp, but you know very little about this group. But yeah, you do happen to know that this is the sign of the Golden Grin. And for some reason, Kirill has the mark on the back of his head in the same spot Dranzel does.
Oh shit.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Damn it, Kirill. Why you gotta be so
What
secretive?
is
bro?
happening?
Come on,
Man,
Kirill.
we never knew. I never knew that I had this tattoo.
It could be on your butt cheek too. You just look there more.
We'll
often.
we'll put it this way: you woke up in a stall when we met you years ago.
That's
Hey,
true.
what's
real
the
time.
You were
name,
drunk.
the name of that guy
That's a
again?
really good point.
Hangover in a
Dr.
was it a
Dranzel.
stall?
Dr. Dranzel.
Dr. Dranzel.
And also, if you hover over him, you can see his name
Oh,
in
good call.
Fantasy Grounds.
I love the
Good.
fresh stuff of this place. I love it.
Looks good. Mhm.
Well, there's Angela Poppers and Scrim Goldenhurst. Yeah, we're all
Scrim Goldenhurst.
I do not think he sounds.
So gonna go hit on Tavern Goer 4. That's coming.
And you got 1, 2, and 3 bards.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
true. Options. We got options.
Indeed. Indeed.
Are they
do
female
not think,
bods or male bods?
We'll find out.
Does
Don't
it
know.
matter for Brogger? No.
Nah.
They're elves with long hair, so
We're
you're
all
not
gonna
sure which.
we're all gonna shut him down hard because I feel like he's
Well, you know,
he's
it's-
over in this entire campaign at wooing anyone. So-
I am maybe looking to do some